Hi there, this is Joel Steinberg from Type 2 Diabetes Transformation. I've had Type 2 diabetes for 38 years. I'm 75 years old, and I am very healthy. I haven't always been that way. I've had trouble with my diabetes over the years. And my job, as I see it, is to help you not to deal with the issues that I've had over the years. And you don't have to. Type 2 diabetes, you've probably been told to lose weight fast, follow some extreme diet, or do many other things. Controlling your type 2 diabetes does not involve anything extreme. And I will show you 3 basic habits that you can utilize so that you can control your type 2 diabetes, control your A1C, and minimize the risk of complications from your diabetes. The first habit I want to talk to you about is diet. I'm going to tell you, and I strongly encourage you not to change your diet, but to improve your diet. When I say improve your diet, first I want to explain why I'm telling you to improve it. Everyone comes from a different place in life. They've developed different habits, they come from different cultures, and they have different ways of eating, and they have different ways of eating. So to make a radical change is traumatic, and it's not going to be comfortable for you. In your ability to control your type 2 diabetes, one of the most important things we can do is do what's comfortable for you. And that's why I say control your diet, but don't change your diet. And when I say control your diet, I mean to improve your diet. When I say improve your diet, I mean make sure you have the proper amount of protein, complex carbs, and healthy fats in your diet. There are a lot of healthy fats. Of course, there are many people that eat meat, and you can know where your protein comes from there. There are many people like me who are pescatarians, meaning we eat fish, but we don't eat meat. And I'm not suggesting that you follow one diet or another, because that's not what this program is all about. The program is about getting healthy with type 2 diabetes, with whatever diet you're on, and improving it. Proteins, some examples of healthy proteins are tuna fish, cottage cheese, yogurt, salmon, healthy fish, things like that. Of course, there's meat and other fishes that you can have also. So you may want to make sure that you have healthy healthy proteins in your diet. That's the first thing I want to encourage. The next thing that you want to make sure you have in your diet is complex carbs. When I say complex carbs, I mean complex carbs as opposed to simple carbs. You know what simple carbs are? They're sugary stuff. And I sometimes have sugary stuff. I'm not perfect, and I'm not encouraging you to be perfect. It's not part of our program to be perfect. It's part of our program is to be better and to improve and to get healthier. And one of the things that we do is we have complex carbs mostly. Complex carbs are things like cottage cheese, potatoes, oatmeal, many vegetables, black beans. Black beans are also protein. There's certain examples, and of course, if you have complex carbs in your regular diet, include those too, and try and minimize the simple carbs, the sugary stuff. So I want to encourage you to do that. And then healthy fats should also be improved and added to your diet, and minimize other kinds of fats. And when I say healthy fats, what do I mean? I mean avocados, avocado oil, olive oil, things like that. I want to encourage you to have healthy fats, not unhealthy fats. So I really want to encourage that. If you include all those things, if you're overweight, you want to eat a little bit less. But that's what I'm suggesting that you do. I'm suggesting that you not change your diet, but to alter your diet and improve your diet. And over time, if you want to gradually make changes to your diet, that's great. I like to analogize our diet to Tom Brady and Oprah Winfrey. Tom Brady is very disciplined with his diet and other aspects of his life. Oprah Winfrey, not so much, but she's up and down. Most of us probably a little bit more like Oprah Winfrey. and not as much like Tom Brady. So let's not make believe we're like Tom Brady when we're not. So we want to try and gradually improve our diet and not be perfect, and try and keep and trying not to make radical changes to our diet. It'll be easy to comply with a diet that's healthier, that's not a radical change. The next habit that I want to encourage is a system. And when I say a system, I mean developing a system for you, a system that's designed for you, not for everybody else and not for everyone else. Your system will be for you. Your system will consist of lifestyle changes that are made for you, and it'll consist of perhaps meds, if you take meds or you need to take meds. I want to encourage that possibility if you need meds. And when I say take meds, I say, I take meds. I take Ozempic and I take some other meds. And I'm happy to go over those with you, and I'm happy to tell you all about them. But for example, a healthy diet includes lifestyle changes. Lifestyle changes can reduce insulin resistance. So does Ozempic. I know that Ozempic reduces insulin resistance to me, because even though I take it, and I have to take it, and I'll explain why I have to take it, the fact of the matter is that Ozempic reduces my insulin resistance and makes me more insulin sensitive. And I know that because when I wake up in the morning at 5:30 and I look at my blood sugar, I might not eat for an hour and a half. My blood sugar doesn't go up. If your blood sugar goes up, it's because your body is creating insulin. It's creating glucose. And if your body is creating glucose, your blood glucose is going to go higher if you have a lot of insulin resistance. Mine doesn't go higher anymore. So I'm pretty happy about that. I'm gaining much more control of my diabetes. And I think you can too. So if you need to take meds, take meds. So when I say in your system will have your particular diet improved. Your system will be your particular exercise routine. Not everybody can walk 10,000 steps a day and exercise for 30 minutes doing sit-ups and push-ups, etc., etc. Some people can, some people can't. We've got to develop a program that works for you. It's part of your program, not everybody else's, and you got to gradually improve it over time. That's part of the system as far as your type 2 diabetes is concerned. So I want to encourage you. And then sleep patterns is another part of your system. I want you to try and develop consistent sleep patterns. Try and get 7 to 8 hours of sleep every day. And try and have deep relaxation or breathing exercises before you sleep. Those are some of the things you can do to try and make them part of your system. So those two habits are changing your eating habits, but not improving them, but not changing them, and developing a system that's designed for you. The third habit I want to talk to you about is your tools. What are your tools? Well, your tools are the system that you have. What you do every day. What do you do to keep control of your diabetes? What kind of mindful practice do you have? Do you have a fixed mindset, or do you have a growth mindset? In a growth mindset, you're thinking ahead, and you're thinking that you can overcome this. A fixed mindset means that you're thinking that you're stuck. If you have type 2 diabetes, I got good news for you. You're not stuck. You can always improve, and you can always get healthier, as I have. I haven't always been this way, and it hasn't always been great, but right now I'm very healthy with type 2 diabetes, even though I take meds, and I want to encourage you to do the same thing. So another tool is meds. GLP-1s are fantastic. What GLP-1s do, if you need meds and your doctor encourages you to take them, take your meds. For example, when I say take your meds, why you might need Ozempic. If your blood sugar is out of control, even though you've made lifestyle changes, it's more important for you to have blood sugar levels that are under control than not to take meds. If you can get off meds eventually, that's great. With lifestyle changes and reducing the meds, that's great. If not, you can't. But one of the reasons I have to take meds is I've had type 2 diabetes for 38 years. I'm 75 years old. And the beta cells, those are the cells that manufacture insulin. The beta cells' ability to manufacture insulin is reduced over years if you have high blood sugar for a long time. However, there are recent studies that are suggesting that taking insulin and other GLP-1s actually improves your ability of your beta cells. And I believe that's to be true because I noticed that my control of my type 2 diabetes is improving, not getting worse. So I want to encourage you to make that part of your system. The tools that you might have should include lifestyle changes, having a system for sleep, a system for reducing stress, a system for exercise, and a system for medications that you should take if you need to. So those are the 3 habits I want to encourage you to work on. This program that we have goes over this in much more detail. And then we have a program, and our program talks about, we have one program that is an ebook. We have another program with an ebook. You can add worksheets, so you can make a conscious effort with the worksheets to make changes to your life. And our third program includes worksheets, the ebook, and videos. And that's the third program, and I want to encourage you to get one of or all 3. And I think that you're going to be able to control your type 2 diabetes no matter where you've been in the past, and where you go in the future is more important than where you've been in the past. Type 2 diabetes can easily be controlled, and it doesn't require perfection, it doesn't require radical changes, and it doesn't require unease. It can be done, and you'll be proud of yourself if you gradually improve your type 2 diabetes. I want to encourage you to follow one of those 3 programs, and then once you follow this video, choose which one you want to take. You can join my email joelsteinberg@diabetestransform.com, and I encourage you to do that, and you'll get a lot of information. We have, I want to encourage you to see an endocrinologist, not a general practitioner. Endocrinologists generally know the protocol that should be used, when you should take meds and when you shouldn't, and why you should take meds. A lot of general practitioners don't know these things, so it's really more important to have an endocrinologist as opposed to a general practitioner. So with those 3 habits, changing your habits, developing a system, and utilizing the tools that you have, I think you can follow our program, you can integrate our program into your life, and you can improve your blood glucose gradually. You don't want to do it quickly. I read so many programs where they say, I lowered my A1C in 2 months. Most people who lose weight in 2 months gain it back. You want to develop a system that will last a lifetime. Do it gradually. Most people talk about reverse diabetes. You won't find an endocrinologist that uses the term reverse diabetes because they realize that it's not necessarily a consistent thing. They use the word remission, not reverse. So I want to encourage you to follow our program, work on getting in remission, even if you can be permanent remission, never being in a situation of type 2 diabetes, and control your diabetes for a lifetime. And you can do that like I have. I'm magically healthy, and when you're 75, you can do the same thing. And I hope to see you soon. Take care. Bye.